Hi, this is Jenna Whitley, author of the Disney Princess Crochet Patterns, and I'm going to be showing you how to do the bodice with the waist flounces. So let's get started with our cream colored yarn. That's the first yarn that we're going to be using, and the E-hook, 3.5 millimeter. We're going to chain 8. So you're going to make your slip knot to get started. So make a loop, make a pretzel shape, pull a loop through, cinch it up, put it on the hook, tighten it up. There is your slip knot to get started. Okay, and we're going to chain 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to slip stitch to the beginning chain to form a ring. So come back to your first chain, put your hook in, grab the working yarn, pull it through both loops. And there's your, you have formed a ring of the 8 stitches. So for round 2, you're going to crochet, you're going to single crochet in each chain around. So you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chains. So let's get started. We'll grab that back loop, pull through. We've got 2 loops on the hook, pull through, single crochet. Next one, single crochet. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now it's going to want to turn to inside out, so you're going to, I want you to pull it, to push that so that the right side is facing out. And then just kind of pull it to set your stitches, even things out. Okay, now it's time for a color switch. We're going to switch to periwinkle yarn. And I've got, let's see, periwinkle. Let me go grab my periwinkle. So here's my periwinkle yarn. I'm using Red Heart Super Saver. This one's light periwinkle is the name of it. And lucky me, I've got a brand new skein. Let me see if I can't pull it out of the center successfully. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Okay, so I've lost my end again. Okay, here it is. Time for color switch. Now, for the color switch, I don't want to just jump right into the next stitch. The best looking color stitch is if I go back to my last single crochet, pull that last loop out, and with those 2 loops on your hook, you're going to grab the new color, pull it through for the last part of that stitch, and that's going to make the V on top for your color switch. And we're going to go in both loops this time, and let's see what our pattern says. We are going to single crochet in the next 3 and then single crochet 2 in the next, and repeat that 2 times. So 1, 2, 3, and then an increase in the next one. So we single crochet 2, and then we're going to repeat that pattern again by going 1, 2, 3, and the last stitch we're going to do is 1 and 2. And I need to put in a stitch marker. I forgot to grab that, so let me grab a stitch marker. Okay, here's my stitch marker. I've got a short piece of red contrasting yarn. I'm gonna lay it on my stitches after the last stitch in the round. Okay, now round 4, I'm going to single crochet in the next 4 single crochet, and then single crochet 2 in the next, and then repeat that 2 times. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the next one we're going to increase 1, 2 in the same, and then repeat that pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the last one we're going to increase it again. Okay, so we've got kind of this tube forming. That goes 8, and then 10, and then 12. So increasing by 2. So widening, getting more wide. Before I continue, I want to secure the color switch yarns. So this cream yarn, I don't need that anymore. I'm going to trim it with about 2 inches left. I am going to tie it. Actually, and sometimes it works better if I turn it inside out and then do my knot. So here's my color switch right here. These two. I'm going to tie it in a square knot. So right over left. Don't pull it too snug. Just snug enough, but not. You don't want it super tight so it doesn't destroy your stitches. And then left over right. And there we go. We're going to turn it right side out again. Okay, so the instructions say we should slip stitch in the next single crochet and then switch to light blue yarn. So let's do that. So slip stitch, which is simply going under and pulling a loop through that last stitch. So let's grab our light blue yarn. This is Red Heart Super Saver also. And next we want to make the flounces. So in the front loops only of round 4, chain 3. So let's go into the next front loop only, which is going to be right there. I hope this isn't focused. Let me get this out of the way so it's not confusing my camera. And let's see. Alright, there's my light blue. And I'm going to, let's see, alright, hang on a second. Let me get this all straightened out. We're going to chain 3 now. We're in the front loop of round 5. So, to make the flounces, front loop, pull that new loop of blue through, pull it through that slip stitch previously. Okay, so there's our new loop, and we're going to chain chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to double crochet in the same stitch again. So double crochet. We haven't done that yet in these videos, so let's talk about double crochet. You have to yarn over first, then you go through the stitch, yarn over again, pull it through just the stitch. Now you've got 3 on the hook. And then you're going to yarn over again, pull it through just the first 2 loops so that you have 2 loops on the hook. Now you're going to yarn over again, then pull it through those 2 loops, and that is a double crochet. You can see it's twice as high as a single crochet. It's kind of like if it's like bunk beds, you know, think of a single crochet as a twin bed, as a just a single bed, and if you stack them up, you've got bunk beds. And then the chain 3 is about the same height as a double crochet. So next we're going to double crochet 2 in the next 3 single crochet. So front loops only again. So 1, 2 in that next one, and then go to the next single crochet, front loop only, and then 1, 2 to make the double crochet, and again the same stitch, 1, 2. Okay, now we're gonna go to the next stitch, front loop only, 1, 2, and again a double crochet in that same stitch, 1, 2. All right, so you should look like you've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochet with a chain on the end. Okay, is that correct? Let's take a look. Yeah, we got chain 3, double crochet in the same single crochet as chain, double crochet 2 in the next 3 single crochet. Next we're going to double crochet in the next single crochet and then chain 2. So double crochet, chain 2, okay, and then slip stitch in the same single crochet again, so back down in that same hole, and then slip stitch, and then we're going to skip the next single crochet and repeat the pattern from the stars again. So we're going to skip this stitch here. We're just going to skip it and go to the next one, and then we're going to start the pattern over, which says in the front loops of row 4, chain 3. So I think we need to slip first. So I should have told you to slip in the slip stitch there. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to double crochet. We're going to double crochet in the front loop of the next, and double crochet in the same, and then go to the next stitch, front loop only, double crochet, and again same stitch, double crochet, same stitch, double crochet. Okay, let's take a count. Here we got the 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're going to double crochet in the next. And then we're going to chain 2, slip stitch in the same stitch again. Now remember, these are all in the front loops only, so if you turn it around, you'll see those remaining back loops there. Okay, and then how do we finish? We skip to the next. Well, that's the last one. So I'm going to go ahead. It doesn't say this in the book, but I'm going to go ahead and make a slip stitch here to finish that off. And okay, and there we have it. We're going to let's cut the end of the working yarn and pull it through so it doesn't unravel. And then I'm going to pull my stitch marker out. Alright, so here's our flounces. Oh, it looks like I need to cut off the working yarn from the periwinkle blue. So I'm going to cut that one. And I'm going to secure it with the light blue by making the square knot right over left, left over right. And I'm going to trim these ends so they're about 1 inch long, maybe 1.5 inches. And we're going to grab a small little ball of stuffing, polyester fiber fill, and I kind of roll it up and stuff it in there. And you don't want it to come out the top. Okay, so there is the bodice with flounces. Now, in hindsight, having had many years more experience since I've written this book, I would have done the head and the bodice and the skirt all as one piece. Now that I know how to do that, getting the face in the right place. So, if you're a little more advanced, let me show you how you can do that real quick. So if you want to skip the steps of having to sew the bodice and the head and then the skirt, what you can do is modify the pattern so that when you get to the end of the head, where you've got 6 left here, you can simply go to row 2 of the bodice, which is where you have 8 stitches around. So you would just do an increase in the first, and then single, single, increase, single, single, so that would make 8. And then just continue as you would with a bodice, so that this would be like attached there. So that's a possibility. That's, in hindsight, that's how I would do it now that I'm older and wiser. But just, something to think about if you want to modify that.